Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to tell you all about college volleyball camps and if they're worth it. Okay, so for a little background story, I was a Division I player at the University of Southern Mississippi, and therefore I had to work these little summer volleyball camps that I am talking about. So I'm going to give you like the little behind the scenes of what actually goes on at the camps and if they're actually worth your money or not. Okay, so as a coach, as a camp coach, basically college coaches will ask their players to work their camps. This is for many reasons. One, they think it's cool, like the little girls that come to the camps, middle schoolers, high schoolers, whatever it is, they think that is so cool because they want to be like around players who are really, really good, who are playing in college or at the level that they want to be at, basically. So it's kind of like a looking up to them kind of factor. That's what I've gathered. They want their campers to like feel good and feel like, wow, like I'm really learning from someone who knows what they're talking about because they're on the team kind of thing. And most girls who come to these kind of camps want to be on that team eventually in their college years, or just want to be at that level somehow, some way. They're immediately like, wow, this experience has value to me because I am learning from Division I players. And then on the flip side of that, from the coach to player perspective, they're like, oh, free labor. Just kidding. We do get paid for the camps. They did pay us, of course, because, you know, we can't be working that many hours for free because camps are long. Let me tell you, but that's a whole different story. And also, it's just a good way for the girls on the actual college team to bond with each other, and because we're already there for our preseason. For example, at Southern Mississippi, I reported July 1st. And our season started like mid-August, you know, like we report very early to get our preseason going. So we're already there. All of the team is already there. So we might as well work the camps. And also that leads me into my next point. The way the camps are structured, they need pretty much all the players to be working it because there are usually so many girls, especially like at a Division I school. A lot of young girls are going to be coming to the camp. So you need as many coaches as you can get, basically just to keep eyes on people and to teach, essentially. And usually these camps are like from sun up to sundown. Like they are all day. And keep in mind, there are different levels of camps. Coaches will usually offer different levels of camps to categorize people. For example, there's usually, let's start at the top, an elite level volleyball camp. These are for the girls who are really, 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 really good or think they're really good. And they'll sign up for that elite camp because that camp will be run differently than the middle schooler camp. You know what I mean? And like in the middle of that would be like a regular day camp, and then there's like maybe like an overnight camp. So let's start at the top with elite camp. Elite camp is for the girls who are either getting recruited by the school actively and they want to see them in person, or it's for girls who haven't got recruited yet but they are at that level and they want to get recruited. That is basically how that works. So these are for the elite skilled players. Like they can almost hang with like the college team, like that's how good they are. So, or they also use it for recruits. So if someone's getting recruited by Southern Mississippi, they're going to be invited or expected to come to the elite summer camp. And this is like the summer, maybe it could be the summer of their junior or senior year of high school. And they're going to come into the camp and just, you know, be around the team. That's one reason why they're there, is to get acclimated with the team that they're going to be on eventually and to get acclimated with the girls. And also just to see their skill and just to see them more in person. Like you want to see like your recruit in person. Now we would run the elite camps like super differently. The recruits, so they're usually going to be your teammates. So that's run more like a practice by our like actual head coach. So like we would play 6-on-6. We would be doing hitting lines. Like we as the coaches would be actively like playing just because we could, and our coach wanted us to get some more touches on the ball without actually practicing. So then moving on to like the day camps, those are just for like your regular people who just want to come for one day, don't necessarily want to have the super intense vibe of the elite camp, but are still really, really good players. They just want to, you know, have a regular one and done kind of day, which is perfectly fine. That's more of like a coaching one-on-one kind of vibe, like more in like small groups, I feel like, because usually the majority of the people go for the overnight camps, which is where you get to like have like a mini college experience. So you come and you're going to be staying in one of the dorms on campus. You'll be eating in the dining hall, like stuff like that. Like people love that because they feel like it's like a college experience. It's kind of like a sleepaway camp, and it's just days, weekend full of volleyball. So people really like that option. Now I remember as like a coach, we had to like walk the girls to the dorm and back to the dining hall. Like we were basically like just camp counselors, chaperones, just volleyball edition. Now there's also team camps that some schools put on, so you can bring your team, like maybe like your high school or your club team, probably like your high school or middle school team. Your coach will take you to a local university and you'll be in that team camp and you'll basically like train with other teams in your area and play other teams, so that's really cool too. Now the main reasons that coaches actually have camps is to recruit. Imagine like all the talent that you could ever want is coming right to your doorstep in your gym. That is just such a good way to get recruited. So on the flip side of that, if you want to get recruited, it is a good idea to go to the summer camps at the schools that you want to go to. That is like the most direct way to get exposure, is to go into their camp, into their gym, and play in front of them, because they'll be the ones coaching you. Like the head coach, the assistant coach, the recruiting coordinator, whoever it is, they will be hands-on with you and they will be seeing you up close and personal, and they will be evaluating you at the same time. Like I would see my head coach all the time being like, oh yeah, like, she's really good, like let's get her information. Oh, she's really good, let's get her information, like, because she's recruiting, you know what I mean? So that is a great way to get recruited, is summer camps. I feel like that's such like an underrated way that no one really talks about, but like summer camps is the way to go. Also on the flip side of that, as like a player, it's just a really good way to kind of get the vibe of like the program, the campus, the area, like the dining hall, like stuff like that. It's actually a really good way to test out like, is this the place for me? You know, because you might think, oh, you know what? This is just an example. I want to go to the University of Florida. Go Gators, right? Or I want to go to LSU. Go Tigers, right? But then you get on campus and you're like, ooh, like I don't really like the campus. And then you get into the dining hall. Ooh, the food, not good. And then you get into the gym. Oh, I don't really know if I like how the coach talks to the girls. I don't really like how he yells or she yells or whatever it is, right? You can kind of check the temperature of the school that you're trying to go to by going to a camp. Now let's talk about if the camps are actually going to be worth your money and time. Now, if you have the goal of playing in college volleyball and you have the time / resources, I say yes, go for it. It's a great way to get D1 or D2, D3, whatever it is, NAI, I don't know, whatever camp you go to, it's a great way to get college coach advice. And that is almost unmatched, because getting coaching advice from different people is actually really, really good for your game, because you can learn multiple different things at the same time and kind of apply it at once. So I would say it is worth it if you want to play in college. Like if you want to play college, yes, go, please. That's a great way to do it. Awesome, shoot your shot. But if you don't even have really the interest in playing volleyball in college and you really don't have the resources, just don't. You don't need to. You don't need to be there. But if you're kind of in the middle, like, I don't know if I want to play in college, like, maybe, maybe not, and you have the resources, yes, go for it. It's a lot of fun, first of all. It's a great experience. Being around a bunch of Division I volleyball players is an amazing experience, because these players are the top of the top. Like, they are very, very good. So being around that level of volleyball is so cool, because for example, as like the college coaches, we would always play 6v6 at the end of the camp so the girls could watch us play, and it was so freaking cool. Like if I was younger and I was watching that, I'd be like, this is so cool, because just Division I players, college volleyball players in general, just hit the ball different, they serve different, like it just comes off different. Like it's just such an elevated experience. So I would definitely go for it if you have the resources. If you don't, it's not the end all be all. You can still get recruited if you don't have the resources to go to the camp. Like that's okay. I didn't go to camps at all. Not at all, and I still got recruited, you know what I mean? So it's like, you don't need to, but as my experience of working them, I would say it is a good opportunity to get recruited if that is what you want to do. Or you just want to have a good time and hang out with your friends. That's also another thing you could do. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I'll see y'all in my next video next Sunday at 10 a.m. Okay, bye, love you.